What's up YouTube, Mr. Limesty here, and today we're going to start the guided playthrough of the Demon Warlock. So this is going to be your Summoner Warlock fun. We'll get to see all of the good times. I'm going to guide you through, but also be somewhat experiencing it myself. I have played through the game as a demon, but that was a while ago. Stuff has changed since then. So, you know, and maybe we'll try something new. We're going to see. We'll talk about it. We'll have some fun and continue there. So we have Demonator right here. Oh, I might be online.
Good day.
Let me make sure I'm offline. Yeah. We're gonna make Demonator offline so we can players 8 and all that stuff. So if you do not know, first things first, the Warlock gains 3 life per vitality point. He's a pretty tanky character overall. So we are going to look a lot into just vitality for survivability. And of course, with the demon skills, we like the Goatman a lot, I would say. And then maybe like the Defiler later on. But Goat is probably going to be the best here. The Tainted seem to do okay. And I'm sure you could make a build work with them, but we really like that. So we'll go ahead and start off just going to players 8. You can always type /players 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that will increase the difficulty of the monsters when they spawn. Means they're harder to kill, but they give more drops overall. And then they also will have more experience, so it's just a way to kind of speed things up a little bit in normal, or in offline, I should say. And of course, we will start out with our Goatman, and we can kind of just help out, chip away while he does some hitting. We can also do some hitting right here. Now, one thing to also note is that daggers are going to be our weapon of choice, because they have +2 skills on them. So right now, obviously, like, we don't have that great of a dagger. It's just Miasma Bolt here, which doesn't do anything super for us, just some early stuff. But I would love to find a dagger that has + to summon Goatman or + to demonic mastery on it. And you can actually go shop Akara for that. Right now, Akara only has 1 dagger at a time. Kind of annoying. But I believe that's something that they are going to be adjusting in the future. So if you're watching this from the future, which most of you will be, yeah, you can probably shop there. So we'll also go ahead and put 1 point into demonic mastery to start here. Now, this is where the first debate is going to come in. Do you continue jamming your Goatman, or do you continue jamming your demonic mastery? And the reason is, demonic mastery, every 10 levels that you hit, gains an additional demon. And of course, an additional demon is really nice. Now, unlike the summoner, you're going to be able to, you know, gain a skeleton every couple of skills, and early on you can gain skeletons really quickly for your summon necro. Here it's not until level 10 and level 20. So that is a significant amount of time, but it also is a pretty nice boost when you can start getting multiple demons. So I do think this is a tough one to discuss, and we can kind of look at the skill.
For Cooley on how not to die in PvP to your zealot. Lol.
That's a good one too. We can look to do a little bit more for, you know, like testing and just taking a look at all that we're going to be gaining for each of those. Thank you, Arcangelo. So let's just hit one more level, and then we can really get a good sense of like what every level boost is going to be like. So let's take a look. Every point that I add here is going to add more attack rating. It looks like 25% attack rating, 10% damage, a little bit of attack speed, and a little bit of faster run walk. Obviously, the attack speed and faster run walk are going to taper off the more we add into it. So we're really going to focus mostly, though a few skills early could be nice, on 25% attack rating, 10% damage. For the Goatman, the damage is going to go from 4 to 6 to 7 to 9. I'm actually going to get my face out of the way. So that is a pretty substantial damage boost, right? Also, a slight attack speed. Attack rating is 40%, and a life and defense boost. Is this not percent? Oh, that is a flat attack rating. Excuse me. Flat attack rating over there. And this is a flat attack rating as well. So it looks like this summoned Goatman is going to be a lot stronger to go ahead and be putting skills in. Again, I'd love to get to 10 over here, and we eventually will want to get to 10 to get another one. But I think it would be foolish to not put the points into Goatman right now. If I'm just jamming points over here, my Goatman is... I'll have two very weak goats, it appears. So let's go ahead and boost him up. And remember, whenever you add skills to a summon, you want to resummon so that he can get his strength up right there. We also really love blue daggers, so that is something that you really want to keep your eyes out on. And anything that can get, of course, some extra money. So staves and whatever can be nice. Additionally, every 5 skills, I believe, in Summon Goatman, he gets more abilities. So he'll gain the ability of, like, Frenzy and stuff. So that's not listed. I think that's one of the hidden things that can exist. But just something to keep note of. Okay, so now we can check out. It's a white dagger. This is actually where you can do this. I know I just lost my TP to Den of Evil. That's okay. We'll just run back out to it. But this is where you actually can, like, reset to go and try and get something. And hey, there's +1 to Demonic Mastery. Perfect, you know? Small little wins like that are what we're all about here. So we'll go ahead and organize a little. We'll grab some stamina potions. We'll summon our goat. And now we don't really have anything to help fight with. We could, if we want, put like a point into Levitation Mastery or Hexbane for a little added damage ourselves to swing and hit with. But we're going to focus on really just letting our goat do some work. Now, heading down into the Den of Evil, I like going back to Players 1. Just because there's not a ton of experience in here, and it can take a while to kill some things. So since we're a summoner, we play a little slower. It's just how summoners kind of are, right? I know a lot of people sit here and they're like, my summoner needs to, you know, we need to buff them. We need to go crazy with them. But like, summoners are safe and chill. That's just kind of how all summoners play in D2. Is just nice and relaxed. So we're just gonna stay nice and relaxed. You can't dual wield daggers. He is not a dual wielding character. The barbarian could, but so you can see he has stun right now as one of his abilities. I don't know if that comes at level 1 or if that comes at level 2 there. Stun at 2, Berserk at 3, Frenzy at 4, and Cleave at 5. Okay, so there you go. The first 5 levels are actually pretty strong and helpful for boosting up your Goatman. I wasn't sure exactly where those were at, because before it used to be 5, 10, 15, 20, but it was like super painful waiting all the way for 20 to get Cleave going. I like attack rating. I just think it needs to be slightly better balanced, so it's not, you know, the chance to hit calculator is just a little rough. Books can also get good skills. Yeah, so definitely pick up all the books because we can get plus skills there. And the main focus of this character is plus to skills. Everything we can do to get more plus to skills is just stronger demons. That's pretty much it. We don't care about IAS. We don't care about FCR. We don't care about, you know, I mean, yeah, we care a little bit about, like, survivability, but not nearly as much. Our main focus is just on getting... Take a look really fast at the dagger. getting as many plus skills. So we'll go ahead and continue with the Goatman, and as we said before, whenever you get a new Goatman, what do? You resummon your Goatman. We'll go ahead and go up to player's 8 as well. Which maybe this is going to definitely be a character where we're not going to always be on player's 8. You know, some characters you can kind of ride through player's 8 most of the way. This one will be back and forth. Ideally at least 10 demonic, almost all from plus skills. I mean, I doubt I'll get +9 to all skills on a playthrough or +9 to demonic mastery. That would be insane. But even if I can get like +3, that's, you know, saves us a few points there. And we'll go again, another boost to our goat over here. And now you can see he has Frenzy as well, which is really nice, right? Because now he's going to attack a little faster, he's going to move a little faster.
Congrats on getting new content for D2R. Blizzard is putting your kids through college with all these additions you can make videos for.
They are doing a very nice thing. So shout out to Blizzard and shout out to all of you guys for being a part of it. Let me change my title to Summon Demon Guided Playthrough. The Goatman skill levels are equal to the summon Goatman skill level. So he has level 4 Frenzy right now, you're saying? 4 stun, Frenzy, Berserk, and then Cleave next, and Cleave soon. Okay, that's actually really cool. So that means you really want to be focused on plus to the summon Goatman, because every time you increase there, you're not only getting a nice damage boost. As nice as Demonic Mastery is and having multiple summons, we're going to have to wait until we max out Summon Goatman. Now, level 6 may be tough because I do like the idea of getting Lethargy. That is a nice minus enemy defense and plus damage taken, and it gives me something to kind of do on the side. But I also like Death Mark. Oh, that's tough. Death Mark. Oh, man. This is tough. One of the hardest things about this build. There's so many things you want to do. So one more skill will get him Cleave. But Death Mark and Blood Oath. God. Yeah, this is a 1-point wonder. This is a 1-point wonder. This is probably a 1-point wonder as well. He doesn't need any survivability right now, so we can hold off on the Blood Oath. So it really comes down to these 3. This has the ability to focus him. I'm going to get him Cleave, and then I'm going to go into the other things. I think that's the best way to go it. That's the best way to go about it all. Getting Cleave just seems really nice. Yeah, but Blood Oath is just like survivability for me as well as him. It's a joint survivability. I'm always looking at like caps and things for 2 open sockets. That can be really nice. I also don't mind some poison gas potions, as that's a great way for me to just be able to contribute some more damage as well. while we're kind of waiting to build up our character a little bit. And I will be looking for a 2-open socket leather armor, or hard leather armor, or quilted armor, any 2-open socket armor as well. This is because eventually stealth will be nice, just to get some FRW going. Not 100% necessary, as, you know, you can just run slow. It's a demon build. You can go as slow as you want. This build isn't supposed to be exactly built for speed, but I do like having faster run walk at least. And that frenzy is really nice. Good call, Dark. So one thing that you can do, which can be really nice, is you can actually just farm Rakinishu if you would like, for the next few levels. Easy way, thank you, Bart. Easy way to pick up some good experience. And also to get some decent items. We can find some more daggers or books right here doing this. Unfortunately, that book doesn't have anything, but...
Good day.
Thank you.
I can't do that here.
Oh, oopsies, sorry. Just realized I was over here. Chat can join in.
Good day.
And as always, if you would like, you can always sell your gas potions. It'll refill the stock on them, and then you can buy them back. So if you want to have that, you can have that. Now, I do need to be careful because I have runes and gems from other characters here, so I'm going to manually move things over as if this is completely SSF for you there. So now that we have the 5, I'll go 1 point into Sigil Lethargy and 1 point into Deathmark. I think that's a solid boost right there. And we can do this. Let's see how we want to do it. Okay, that'll work. So, what does this do exactly? There's a 2 socket. Sigil Lethargy will slow the mobs and increase the damage taken, and of course Deathmark allows us to teleport him on top. And it gives him a little damage boost as well when you teleport him on top, so... 5 cold res, why not? But yeah, so we can farm Rakinishu if we would like. See what all we can get. Dagger with 2 to demonic mastery. Sure. I like more demonic masteries. And we'll go ahead and do another. Why not? Again, you can go up to like level 13 or 14 doing this if you would like. At this point, I feel good to just keep boosting him up. And I will continue with Vitality here. Look for an Experience Shrine always. Easy as that. And now I have a little bit more control, and I feel good enough we can just go forward here if we really want. Perfect. We have cold enchanted there, which is a little bit annoying. But we can death mark onto the boss if we want, so then we can make sure that the boss dies faster. And again, I will continue with the summon Goatman. And just help out. So with the Sigil and having the death mark, honestly, it gives us an okay amount of stuff to do and manage, which I think is really nice. A little bit more than you have on some of the other summons. And we will, of course, resummon because we've put more points in, though I'm going to resummon him again now in a second anyways. This is players 8 currently, yes. So we have another boost, and we'll go ahead and do more. 12 hit recovery ain't bad. Not crazy necessary, but it's okay. End of Act 5 normal, you're 23 to start Act 3. That's pretty good. Usually at the end of Act 5 normal, you want to be somewhere in the high 20s, and then you can like level up a little bit if you want into your like 30s before you advance to Nightmare. Ooh, that cleave is nice. Yeah, this is great. I think the issue a lot of people were running into is they were playing 1 point into Summon Goatman and then trying to max Demonic Mastery. And I think that was actually hindering them a lot. That's my guess. Because you're just not going to get enough of a damage boost there. It's going to be kind of slow. And you're also going to be missing out on all of the skill points that are passively hidden with the demon. Right? Every skill level he has, his skills actually increase in level. So when he's level 20, now he has a level 20 cleave and frenzy, you know. The game hiding bonuses is an issue. Sure, I mean, it's how Diablo 2 functions. So many things of Diablo 2 are just hidden, and you just have to learn them over time. Now, whenever you get a skill shrine, what should you do? Resummon. Whatever the level is that you summon at, that is the level that he is going to be at there. So Players 8 makes it more difficult, but more experience. And I like experience. Does the weapon the goat holds matter? No. Doesn't he always hold the same weapon? I mean, I think you can bind a lot of demons. He changes. Oh. No clue if it's just visual or not. So here would be Summon Tainted, and again, this would just be a large drop-off. If you were going all Demonic Mastery, you could maybe get a couple Summon Tainteds now and they'd start to be okay. But, I mean, I think the Goatman is the way to go. We could also look at Sigil Rancor, which could be interesting. I kind of like Sigil Rancor here. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Just make everything a crazy world of attack speed. Damage. Alright, so damage 50%, attack speed 5%. This has minuses to them, damage taken, enemy defense minus. Seems pretty similar, honestly. I'm going to say not worth it. I think keep using lethargy. Happy. Now we will go ahead and go up to 25 strength here. I'm going around level 12. You can do it whenever you want. Old book. Always be looking for daggers and old books as you're playing through. And we will continue with more into our Goatman. I'm having a great time. More money potential from a scepter. Thanks, Lil Sheba.
Lil Sheba gifted a tier 1 sub to Nebar.
I forgot to go down to players 1. So you want to go down to players 1 before you kill the Countess. It just is a better chance for rune drops.
Moo.
It's the one time in the game you actually want to drop the player count to increase your drops. And it's just for the runes. Thank you, Firgar. Let's go ahead and boost this. 3 to mana. Sure, why not? 10 to mana right here. Sure, why not? All that looks good. Goat is strong. Thank you, Bart. And let's go ahead and put some rejuves over here. Let's put some more gems. Chip gems are good to keep for crafting purposes. And we'll use those later on, so just trust me on that. And then we'll go more vitality, and we would continue. We'll continue right here. Yeah, this is staying over there because I want it to be solo, so it's treated as if I am playing just with myself and not with other people. Because if somebody else is playing with only themselves, I don't want, you know, and just this character starting off fresh, I don't want them to be like, oh, well, you have all this other gear, you know. The idea is it's a 1 through hell solo. We'll go ahead and continue. You over-explain things and it becomes confusing. Okay. Confusing? Everybody perfectly understood everything there. Go, stay alive, buddy. Okay, we'll put another point into Goat. And yeah, at this point, we could either have 2 goats that deal like 8 to 10 damage, or 1 goat that's got tons of sweet skills and 50 to 52 damage. I think the one goat is definitely the way to go. As fun as 2 goats does sound, I think it just has to be the second max. Now we could also really look at doing the blood boil build. But I don't know, I kind of want this to be not as much blood boiling. I kind of want to see how the physical demon plays a little bit, you know? Chain. Well, Abyss is your main at that level. Abyss and then Chain.
These sisters succumbed so readily.
Tainted would be better for Blood Boil anyways. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like, Tainted does gain the boost from Blood Boil. So we could respec completely into, like, Blood Boil plus Tainted, but... tough. Well, the idea is you death mark them on top of everything and then you blood boil them. And it works pretty well. Like, I do think I may do a little blood boiling. Everybody's got to do a little blood boil. You know. Yeah, so you target them like that, and then you blood boil like this, and it'll do a lot. Okay. Continue with our goat. But if we're putting points in Summon Tainted, we also want to put points into Demonic Mastery. We also want to have something in Bind Demon, and then I also want to put points in Blood Boil, which means I want points in Blood Oath and in Gorge. And that just kind of feels like a lot. There's a Tome with 3 to Levitation Mastery, but 1 to Summon Goatman. Nice. What do we do when we get a new goat skill? We resummon our Goatman. Just for a short period, Saffron. I do apologize.
Impossible.
Ooh, 10 FCR, 4 all res. It's tough. Do I want the 4 all res or do I want the 10 to mana? Babies can't eat envelopes forever. They do eat envelopes. But that's not because they can't, like, because we can't afford to feed them other things. I feed my children, okay? Just let it be known, my children do get fed food. Envelopes are their treat. Oh my god. Now they're eating puzzle pieces? Oh, great. Oh. So I want the 1 point into Blood Oath. Nah, we'll keep going, Goatman. He's still surviving. Smith versus Goatman showdown. Woody! What up? How's it going? Are you on the D2 or are you over on D4?
Simple cages for simple minds.
Just finished Hell on my second Warlock. Let's go. What builds you played so far? What you enjoying? If you don't have to go. If you have to go, you know, just like scram. You can just let me talk to myself. For the raid, bud. Thanks, Miles. Oh, that'd be interesting, Bite.
Impossible.
Echoing Strike and now Fire Guy. Strong choices. Strong choices. Oh man, Blood Boil is nice though.
I want to try self-wielding Insight for my Nightmare spec. What would be a decent base?
Self-wielding Insight for my Nightmares. In Nightmare, whatever you can find. Generally, like, if you can get a Partisan, that's great. That's 4 sockets. The thing is that you have to get a 4-socket base. Oh man. Oh, I'll take the waypoint. That's a really rough map. So, the base that I often recommend is a Bill. One, because his name is Bill and everybody loves Bill. Fire stuff with the immunes. Yeah, fire always gets hard with immunes once you get into, like, Nightmare Act 4 and beyond. But 2, Bill is a guaranteed 4 sockets. And we just like that. When you can just take a 4-socket, like a base to Larzik and just socket it and it gets 4 sockets, then it's good. You don't have to worry about, you know, is this it, right? And a lot of the bases are just going to be 5 sockets or whatever instead. So Bill has good damage. It's an exceptional base. And it's going to get you the sockets there. However, you could take or go find, like I say, like a Partisan in normal cows. Take that. What up, DJ? And that will also get 4 sockets at Larzik because cows always gets 4 sockets. And so then you could have that base that you could take forward as well. So you have options. I think so, Jake. What's the best slot for Insight? Insight doesn't go into man catchers. It goes into pole arms, not spears. So in the end game, like Thresher, Great Thresher, Cryptic Axe, take your pick. Baby Lilith wants to ask me a question. What you got? Daddies do not poop outside or on the floor. Daddies go poop in the potty. Sorry guys, we gotta do some parenting sometimes too. Or their diaper if they're on world record pace. But we don't gotta tell her that, okay? Or if I had a case of brewskis, maybe a little outside. Do I think Miasma Chain will get nerfed? Well, it doesn't need to be nerfed, it needs to be fixed. It's currently bugged. It's proccing more than it's supposed to. Don't tell me it's not you two. Let he who hath not poopeth on the outside throw thine first poop. Okay, summon Goatman. Sure, replenish life, I guess. Don't really care about the other pieces. I guess I'll take the 4 all res. It's close. And we'll look at our dagger, just Miasma Bolt. Should be good enough. And we'll put some more chippies and juvies away. And some gold. Again, once we have 25 strength, we can just continue with vitality. And we will just continue forward with our goat. Yeah, there will be patch notes before the season.
The shadows churn with the touch of anguish.
Now, a really nice thing is you can use Deathmark for targeting, like we've talked about before. But that can be really useful when you have like shamans and stuff that you need to target down to kill. So, highly recommend using it in instances like this. Just get a little extra damage there. Speaking of a little extra damage, something that I should have done a little bit ago is pick up a mercenary. Now, we'll just grab one right now. That's just a simple fire one. To some exploding arrow. You can get this mercenary all the way back at level 8 if you would like, actually. But yeah, just a small boost of damage. Let's see, you can choose crossbows. No. That's PD2, I think. We can just have her chip away for a little added damage. When we get to Act 2, we will work on our Act 2 mercenary. Until then, we'll give Kyle some very basic gear to use. The circle on the ground does not do any damage. However, it does slow enemies within and increase the damage that they take, which is significant. That feels like something right up there, actually.
Impossible. I can't.
Nope, wasn't anything. We'll go ahead and grab the waypoint and keep going. Can I talk about why they made Sunders harder to get? I think Sunders ended up just kind of being a failed concept. The idea was, you know, bring in something to improve builds and everything like that and make immunities not as tough. What ended up happening is Sunders just spammed all over the floor. Everybody got them immediately. Then you stopped picking them up. They weren't even interesting anymore. And every build just had a Sunder immediately. So now the idea is, hey, Sunders are really powerful. You have to, like, work to get it, right? Like, it's going to take a while. And then you can craft it into something even more powerful, but it's not just going to be handed to you immediately. And I think it's actually pretty cool. If you're going to make a build now able to completely bypass immunities, that probably should require a little bit of, like, work and effort. And getting like 2-3 Sunders every terror zone is honestly just the worst feeling. Fighting against these guys is usually pretty meh. Now, before we go down to fight in Duriel, I'm going to change back to players 1. We also do have Blood Boil. I'll go ahead and grab a single point in Blood Boil. It's pretty good, I can't lie. It does an AoE explosion around our demon. Now, the one thing is, at this low level, it is going to kill our demon pretty quickly. You can see it does 15% of his life cost per cast, and I don't have Engorge to heal him up, so it's going to just chunk him down pretty substantially, but Blood Boil is very good. We can use it in combination with him just to chonk her down quickly.
As he loomed over her charred.
Good day.
So, you would put points here and then go for additional Goatman. I just think maxing out the single Goatman is stronger. Because you have to remember, every point you put into Goatman is going to be more powerful for all of it. Because he's increasing the base skills of his frenzy and all the stuff. So I think there's just a lot of value there. A diamond, I'll go ahead and just throw that into the shield that I have right now. Why not? Get some nice resistances. I'm also going to use the 25 strength I got to get a belt. I like the belt upgrade. I like to look for magic find as well on gear when I'm over here, just so I can maybe find something nice on the run. And did I ever get Tal Eth, or did I just run forward? I think I just ran forward, didn't I? It's fine. Yeah, I did. I never went back. We can continue running forward. We'll go players 8 again. and continue on. What issue are you having, Sirkin? And we'll just kind of bounce between. Blood Boil is so nice. Okay, we're gonna get the Act 5 or Act 2 mercenary. We can go do that in a little bit. We'll get a waypoint, then we'll go back. So tough. There really are a couple of ways that you can play this and have a good time. Which isn't so much tough as fun. I mean, it's really great, all the different ways that this exists. You can just leave it alone, Parsons. Yeah, it was like 200 dex to max it or something. Okay, we'll continue Vitality. We'll put a TP next to the halls and continue on. Now, if you're going to go even more into the Blood Boil build, honestly, at that point, I would say having more summons is better because Blood Boil is all about the number of summons. So I would almost say a respec at this point would be better for Blood Boiling. But we can still use the 1 point in it and enjoy. But if I were to respec, I would obviously go max Blood Boil, 10 to Demonic Mastery, and then probably summon Tainteds and some Blood Oath. And then you could have multiples, and then the Blood Boil is now exploding on everything, and then you could put points into Blood Boil itself. So you get boosted damage, boosted radius. I mean, it is nice, but I'm going to continue on my plan of Goatman. I want to play more of a physical summoner. I think that's going to be fun, and I think it'll actually end up working out still pretty well, even if I think Blood Boil would be a little bit faster if we like committed hard into that. I think this is an alternative style. It's the same idea of if you want to play Corpse Explosion Necromancer in a way, right? You can go heavy into Corpse Explosion, or you can just go heavy into summons and let your summons just run around and be summons and blow things up themselves, right? So we do have level 19, which I feel like allows us to move pretty quickly forward at this point if desired. Again, when we get this waypoint, wherever it is, we will take it back and go get an Act 2 mercenary. Here we go. Which will be helpful. So we want to get a Blessed Aim mercenary generally. Just helps both of our guys hit a little bit more. And then what you can immediately do is just buy him a scythe right over here for easy extra damage. Yeah, you definitely can play Blood Boil as soon as it unlocks. It's strong enough. Though Blood Boil is a little tough on bosses sometimes, so I would be interested to see how it plays. And now our army is growing. Sorry, Bardishe. Goat can get really weak around item normal and then gets really good. Yeah, I'm excited to watch our goats grow. Build up our little army. Like, already I'm enjoying it because it's playing differently than the other summoners, right? As a skelly, or as a, not skelly, as a, you know, skeleton necromancer, right now I have, I need to find a waypoint, by the way, because I still have 2 Halls of Dead. As a skelly necro, right now I'm like 6 or 7 guys deep of skellies, maybe like 4 or 5 skellies. And it's just kind of this bigger, like, grouping. As a druid, I've got a bunch of ravens and then, you know, like 5 wolves right now. But this is kind of more like I got my one dude and we're like best buds. And nobody can say that we aren't best friends because it's just me and him. And then we're going to go and find somebody else to join our wolf pack. And then there'll be 2 of us in the wolf pack. And then say it isn't so. What is this? A 3rd person to join the wolf pack? Yes. Is Azrael a 3rd wheel? I mean, he's kind of part of the pack, but like, you know how you have the core of all your friends, and then there's like that dude on the outside who's kind of invited, but isn't really always invited to everything. They kind of show up here and there. What am I saying? Of course you guys know. That's all of you. Just kidding. That's me. That's me. So, yeah. That's Azrael. He just kind of always shows up. But, like, you know. Where's this waypoint? Was it at the front somehow and I missed it? I hate it if it was up there. I'll put 1 point into Blood Oath now. I don't think you have to. I think you could keep going in Goatman all the way up if you wanted.
Deleted all my old characters and started fresh with Warlock. Found them on my first playthrough.
Dang.
Let's go. And I haven't even gotten Hell Rune yet. LOL.
Wow.
Love to see all the new friends in chat. For the new guys, the SC stands for Serial Concealer.
Serial Concealer. Okay.
Impossible.
Stands for smart catchphrase. Small chicken. Silly condor. Beautiful. Stinky cheese. Depends what you need, Blyo. Now, Halls of the Dead actually doesn't really give that good of experience. So, at level 20, we can pretty much just run through it and get to the end. Or you can go down to Players 1 and just breeze through it as well. Up to you. Let us continue this way.
I can't.
Here's me. Let's go ahead and open that up. Oh, our mercenary. There goes Asriel.
It is an honor to
Oh no, come back. Go ahead and put our gems away, put some juvies away.
Welcome to my shop.
We can go turn in our thing. We'll put more vitality. And we can save the imbue or use it now. If you want to try and use it now to get 20 FRW boots, you totally can. Get a pair of plain old booties. Not heavy boots or anything, just plain boots. Take them there. And
Good evening.
you can get it. Also, we can go get +1 skill. It is a guided playthrough, not a speedrun, so I suppose we can go in the sewers. Why not heavy boots? Less chance on the imbue. Right now, if we imbue with regular boots, we have a 25% chance to get faster run walk.
Impossible.
Oh man.
Impossible.
I will say, I think the flexibility of weapons and the big variation in skill combinations definitely makes this a really fun character. I like how much I'm considering different pieces and builds and all of that. There we go, Azrael. Always look for a nice, you know, armor and weapon and helmet for him. A lot of versatility. And even in like this summoner build, I think there's versatility in how you want to build him. Let him work his way through. There we go. Little blood boil to help out. But yeah, I'm very much enjoying this playthrough. I'm just like so eager while I play this character. I'm like, let me just get a little bit higher leveled, you know? I wanna really, you can feel what it's gonna be like. Summoners are always a bit trash and slow. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, people look at something like a fire character or a traps, you know, whatever, and compare it across and then say, why are these guys so slow? And it's like, not everything has to be that Godspeed. There's a nice patience built into this character that's exciting. And they used to be much worse.
I can't.
Yeah. When you play a summoner build, you're saying, I'm here for safety, not speed. In Diablo 2, that's what it means. Here for a long time, not a good time. The girl knows that. No, hold on. Reverse that. Alright, let's get our book of skill. Yum, 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 yum. Another point for summon Goatman.
Good to see you.
Good day.
So nothing amazing there. That's alright. We'll keep going. Let's go to the far oasis. If you have Beetle Burst close by, this can also be a decent place to level up a couple times. And we'll go down to players 1 before we go on the Maggot lair because ain't nobody got time for players 8 Maggot lair. Even summoners. Yes, Riften, essentially. Many players run through everything because they already know everything that they want. No yawning. I just need food and water.
Impossible. Impossible.
If we want to take a quick 1 minute, I think there's a coffee in the fridge with my name on it. But then I guess it's cold.
I can't.
Why does it have my name on it? Because Moo Girl put my name on it. Now, one of the nice things is you can teleport your Goatman past things, so that way your Goatman can fight on one side and your summoner or your mercenary can fight on the other. So that is helpful.
I can't.
And also, of course, we do have the Blood Boil to explode things. And help speed it up a little bit.
It is an honor to serve you.
Yeah, I mean, I am not the developer of this game. I worked alongside the devs to help with some of this, but definitely throw the credit of
I'm also not
this
bringing
to
my
them.
old characters forward. It's like having a new game.
I think there's something to be said for that. Starting over. It's a good time. Okay, far oasis. I guess it is up there, huh?
Impossible.
What advice to a new player would you give? Look up build guides or just wing it? Hard to say. I think winging it through normal, if possible, is a lot of fun, but you have to accept that or know that this is a slower game. If you can't have the patience for it to be slower, then you know, build guides will get you through faster. I like the idea of wing it till you can't. Save a respec, wing it until you can't, and then at that point, go to a guide, and then you can respec in all those pieces if you want. So, don't level up as demon? Why not? This is great. This has been a blast. Like, so many people were like, "Oh, I don't know about it," but now I'm like, "Oh, this is a great way to level up." This has been so fun so far. You can also do dash enable respec in your arguments, and then you can respec many times, so then you can test things out if you feel like you run into a bad build. This is offline, yes. You get one respec per difficulty at the start of it, the first quest in the game. So that's where we're like, well, you got to be careful. If you burn that respec super early, then you can kind of brick your character out. Now, again, if you're offline, you can always just go into the arguments of the game in the BattleNet launcher, set dash enable respec, and then you can do it as many times as you want. But if you're online, you can beg for tokens. Beautiful. We'll make the staff.
How disappointing.
Your echoing strike build mentions crushing blow open wounds. Does it still? Do you mean my video guide or my
Blessings to you.
written guide? If it does, where? I need to fix that. Because those do not work. The video guide. And I say you should get Crushing Blow and Open Wounds. Yeah, we've been learning as we go. Let me leave a comment. Clear the cookies out. Thought I... 1 second. No, everything's right. I mean, I just wanted to sit in the best music places in the game. We'll let them fight. Hopefully this is... gonna work. Okay, there we go. Sorry, we shall continue on. Back to the playthrough. Is there a way to see your Bound Demon stats? I mean, this right here is going to give his stats pretty much. Yeah, that's going to be the best look. He has 710 life, 420 defense. I don't exactly know how much attack rating, but whatever it is, plus 755. 108 to 111 damage, etc. Unless you... Oh, Bound Demon, not this one. Yeah. Use the Unsummon skill and hover over your guy. Sorry, I thought you were talking about my goat. I'm focused in on my goat right now. Me and Goaty, we're going all the way. You and me, goat. So I'm still players 1 here. I could go into a higher players count. Again, remember, it's just a little bit longer time. Uh-oh. Goat on goat action. Close your eyes, everybody. But Arcane Sanctuary is like a medium place for experience. And I'd like to kind of get forward. I actually prefer Talrosh's Tombs, I'd say, for leveling if we wanted to level more. Or, of course, we could just level more within Act 3. Goat-only challenge runs? I mean, it's kind of a goat-only challenge run, isn't it? Yes, the goat learns cleave at level 5.
How may I help you?
Go ahead and sell for a little bit of cash.
Good day.
Pick up a couple more thawing potions for when we get to Duriel. A little premature, but that's okay. And let's try for second way. Flame Wave, Mordecai.
I can't.
I mean, Ring of Fire is also good. They're both very good skills. Yeah, the goat cleave is really nice. You betrayed us. We were your brothers. Thanks, Barricade. Looks like not second way. You can see a little bit of it right there if it is.
Hello.
Blessings to you.
Let's try for the third way. Look at Llama adding some speedrunning tips into his guided videos. How to fourth way. I feel like third way is still the most ways that I get, actually. Like, I feel like overall, I go 35% fourth way, 40% third way, and then whatever the remaining 25 divided among the other two. 10% first way, 15% second way, something like that. Right? Come on, game. Do it for me, game. Do it for me. Oh.
Stay a while and listen.
You can run and try, but you can't hide from it. Fourth way finds you. No magic find anywhere there. I do think you can click runes to personal stash by just control clicking, I think. Not control shift clicking. Something like that. But the gems don't work. So. Something along those lines. Or gems work with a control click, but runes don't. One of them works to personal stash, and the other doesn't work to personal stash. I'm saying not into the stash tabs. I'm trying to keep these out of the stash tabs for this specific video. Everything works so flawlessly with the nice new stash tabs. But for this video, I want to treat it as if it's the player's first character and nothing is going into something, you know, a stash I already have. Alright, well, if you're not Lami, you probably didn't fourth way this, so congratulations, you continue to get moving forward. How nice for you. Remember to check which symbol you get. We got the sun. I'll also go... Oops, our code for the stuff, ignore that. We'll go up to players 8. And take it down. Into the sun. Remember, the symbols are always the same. You can find them right here. It goes circle, moon, square, sun, double down arrow, triangle, circle over moon. That is your left to right. Oh, is there HTML in my chat? Because that's what I was writing HTML for my ICVN guide to update. Oh, I'm so excited for this build. So excited for Nightmare on it. This is players 8 right now. So we can actually put him over there so then both of our guys can get chowing, doing some damage. I think we'll do the explosion build another time. Nightmare is so fun for a lot of characters, yes. I just really want Nightmare on this character because I want to get like to level 40 and just have demonic mastery at 20 and 3 goats running around, or 2 goats and a bound demon running around. I almost don't even know if I should use Bound Demon in this run because I feel like Bound Demon is going to get nerfed some and it's going to be too good. You know? We'll add another point to Goatman. It's like too powerful right now and it will get nerfed down. Guaranteed. I think even if it gets nerfed down, it'll still be strong enough that's probably worth it.
Bartkos gifted a tier 1 sub to Barricade. They have given 25 gift subs in the channel.
Yeah, it should be adjusted for sure. No, mercenary. Thanks, Bartkos. Let's go get our mercenary. What are you even saying, Java? Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Moo.
Much love. Summoner seems like a chill way to play through.
It's a very chill way to play. Are all Asmon Gold fans that weird? What's wrong with the world? Every single one of them? Oh boy. What is happening in this life? Remember, you can always give potions to your mercenary, by the way, by doing shift 1, 2, 3, or 4, whichever slot your potions are in, or you can just drag it over his portrait and give it to him. He'll say thank you. So a nice way to heal him up. Okay, nothing up there. With the controller, you got to check your keybinds. In your keybinds, it'll tell you what you do. It's probably down in that bottom thing, right? Like up 1, 2, 3, 4 down on the controller portion of it. I don't know. I'm just guessing. You just knew where he was gonna go. He didn't say anything that weird, but you knew it was gonna get weird. Hold left trigger and hit potion binds. There you go. Yeah, you don't even need poison. Just echoing strike melts you for 2 seconds right now. Alright, we'll go down to players 1 before we go in. We'll drink a couple thawing potions ourselves, and we'll give some to our mercenary. The main reason is it increases the resistances by 50%. And then we will just make sure to keep our lethargy sigil up. Too slow with the bosses down. You slow me, Duriel. I slow you. Orifice light too high, is it? Pretty good. And we picked up the new set armor. Let's go. Bane's Wraith Skin. 50 defense, 30% magic resist. Nice and easy. Act 2 complete. Let's continue to Act 3. 1 Hex Purge, 1 Psychic Ward. Not really for us, however, it is worth money, which is nice. Nothing there that I care about enough. Make sure we have a couple stamina, a thawing, and an antidote heading into Act 3. You don't like super need it, but it's nice. And then you can come over here and drop a TP as a fast way to travel to Mischief.
Good day.
Now, before we hit level 24, I guess first things first, let's go ahead and sell some staves. Money, money, money. Let's sell this guy. We can also look at these daggers, see if there's anything cool. And now what we can do is we can shop for a teleport charges staff. This is very useful. It means we don't have to go into Blade Warp. We can just grab this and then teleport stuff around. And what we're simply going to do if we're pre-level 24 is look at staves that are required level 24, aka red. If I'm level 24 and higher, I have to look at all the staffs. Okay. And what I'm looking for is teleport charges. Not plus to teleport. Plus to teleport would be, you know, whatever right here. 1 to teleport. I don't care about that. I want teleport charges on a red staff. And I may end up just gifting this from another character, so this isn't like another 10 minutes. But this is what you're going to do. You're just going to shop and go like this over and over and over and keep looking. Now, one thing that you can do, which can be very helpful as well, is you can actually just grab cheap wands. And I might actually go grab some daggers. I guess it's hard to get there's so few daggers. Blue daggers that you keep could actually be useful for this now. But, you know, we can look around, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We aren't finding it. I can first look for some cheap staves and daggers. Nope. And wands. Just anything that costs like a couple thousand gold. You know, 1,200 gold. 2,000 gold, whatever. Then you take these over here. This is in case you don't have enough money. Let's just say you find something and it's really expensive. Put 3 of any chip gems plus that in there. And boom, it re-rolls it. And when you re-roll things that can roll skills, sometimes they get skills on them. And when they get skills on them, they can become something that is worth more money. So this is, we have taken 3 wands that cost about 5 grand in total. And now we've turned them into 3 wands that are worth probably about 70 grand. If I sell all of these in Act 3, then I can get 45 grand because they're only worth, you can only get 15 grand per in Act 3. But if I save them all the way through hell, then I could get even more money, right? Very easy way to get extra money. So let's say that the staff costs 150 grand. I could go sell these 3 right now, and then I'd be able to afford it. And this is why we save all of our chip gems. Additionally, if I had a blue dagger, I could re-roll a blue dagger in here to try and hit more +2 Warlock skills for summoner, right? So maybe I get some nice summon Goatman and demonic mastery or whatever. Do what you want with that. So we can take a look-see here. We can always try and look more at some of the daggers. We can look at the staffs. And I'll look like 3 more times, and then I'm just going to give myself one from another character and pretend like I found it and bought it. The cheapest you'll find this will be about 16,000. The most expensive you'll find this will be like, oh, there you go. Like 500,000, 600, right? It can go into crazy numbers. So if it's that crazy high, you can just like cheat yourself gold from another character if you want. Or if you're really solo completely, then you can just keep resetting until you get one. That's not too bad. It just kind of depends what the other skills are on it. So we'll just go ahead and save that here until we hit level 24. And we will continue forward. Is Cleave going to get nerfed? Why would Cleave get nerfed? Cleave is like literally perfect. I'm so happy with it. No players aid out here if we would like. Try and pick up a little bit of extra experience. However, we can also wait to go players 8 until we get to like the Flare Jungle. A little bit better. Or do Serena with it. That would also work totally fine. For sure, Ghosts. for a waypoint. No clue, Jeezy. Corruption grip. Sounds like a ring. Whoa!
No. My sound dropped and realized my prime ended. I can hear again. Thanks for the great content as always.
That's crazy. Nell Striker, pretty rare actually. Pretty rare. That's really nice for the Grail. Not for this build at all, but there would be builds we would be happy to find that on. Physical builds could be nice also, just LED, attack rating, crushing blow, some nice res. 7/6 dual leech duped ring back in the day. Doesn't immediately ring a bell, but kind of, like, vaguely, you know? Uber Rakinishu. Did not put in the request for that. He already dominates me enough. Non-Uber version. We also found another flawed diamond. Why not? Up to 19 all res from that shield. Very nice. Very happy to have that. And we'll keep going with the Goatman.
Moo. I'm sure you've been asked, but which Warlock build is your favorite thus far?
Proclock was fun. I think Cleave is my favorite so far. The endgame Cleave is just like so nice.
Moo.
Just keep Sark slowed. It felt like it was the perfect right balance for the endgame. The Cleave build and the Eldritch Blast build are a little different. The Cleave build runs more into the Cleave idea, but you can kind of combine them. Like, I think you actually could make a really powerful cleaver that also runs Eldritch Blast, like full max. When I play all day, do I get sore wrists? Nah, the only thing that gives me sore wrist is playing hockey. After a while, it's like holding up those heavy gloves. Oh, man. I play goalie, so the gloves are really heavy. Okay, keep going forward. No. Boss must be terrorized. Oh boy. Okay. Well, looks like we don't have anything here. So we'll have to go back here and kick out on the 3. Into the Great Marsh. Is this stronger than the magic or fire build? No. Caster builds are just stronger. But is it fun? Yeah. I think it's actually pretty good. I kind of love that we get like Deathmark and Sigils and Blood Boil. It brings a lot of ways that you can play the build, which I think is really cool. As opposed to like a Druid Summoner I mean, I'm just sitting there, right? Like, I don't have anything to do as a Druid Summoner. A Necro Summoner, you have Corpse Explosion eventually. But
Moo.
Hi Llama. Do we get Act 6 next?
eventually, on your Druid Summoner, you can cast Shockwave and stuff, but oh yeah, Lim. Players 8, you need it's once in every 60 heralds to get one. I think they will make it a little bit more common, but thank you, Llamas. Thank you, Esnar. Thank you, Call Me Kyle. And Dev Chest. I don't know about Act 6. I don't know anything about any of these things. It sounds like I'm trying to hide that I know. I really don't know. I have no clue of anything next. This is what I know. This is all I'm working on, is what you see in front of you. So Flare Jungle is a really nice place to level up. This is somewhere you can definitely spend a little bit of time. You know, I'm level 23 already, which is pretty solid. Getting close to level 24. If you're level like 20, 21, I'd recommend spending a little bit of time in here to do that. But kind of up to you as well. So I think getting to like 23 to 24 is the right spot here. Then you can move forward from there. Would pumping more than one in Deathmark be viable? So every additional point in Deathmark does give 1% chance crushing blow additional to the Goatman. So you can make your goats kind of like big crushing blowers later on if you want. The thing is, right now I just feel like it's not worth it. I mean, we can take a look. The next point in it is going to, if we bring it out of the way, damage increased by 7, magic damage increased by 7, and then a little extra minus defense. And a slightly longer duration. That feels like a one-pointer, right? There's so many other things that are like way more useful than that. We do have the ability to engorge now. I'll come back over here again. Engorge will heal my minion And then also give a slight buff of plus defense, physical damage to your demon reduced by 5%. A little bit of attack speed, which is nice, and some lifesteal. So it is pretty significant. With like, I don't mind the attack speed and lifesteal, but this is kind of if I need him to survive. Right now, I don't think I need him to survive. I feel like he survives enough, and that's good enough. If you're blood boiling, you're going to want Engorge. 100%. Yes, SFD. 20 points, it goes full 360. Blade Warp, IES or FCR? Oh god, I don't know.
I can't.
Is Camel still around? He pops in like once a year. Ouch. A little scary.
Good. Good day.
Damage reduced by 2, sure. Let's go ahead and get our mercenary back. Okay. Let's keep going. How to get this book? Just find it on the ground. Look for tomes, books, grimoires. Ah, we have a curse there. Amulet, sure.
Move.
Thanks, logs. Oh my god. Fire just burning him alive. It's intentional synergy.
Hello.
Ooh, that's very nice. That is whatever. That's whatever, but 10 fire res. We like that. More vitality for us. And we can continue in.
Move.
New content FTW.
TZ Meth next. Oh. Dang. You guys enjoy. We're doing our guided playthrough. Heck yeah, Ghost. Thank you very much. You don't like the increased duration? I guess if you're just playing Abyss. Feels nice for the other pieces though. I mean, I'm already going for like max consume anyways. Sure to heal your mercenary. It's chunky in here, man. It is some real beef to fight. Yeah, I've actually got one of the low-level set pieces for him. Go, go, go. There's a grimoire. Oh, mercenary. I could imbue the grimoire. See if we can hit something real nice. I like the idea. Alright, we'll get our mercenary back later. I'm also going to go down to players 1 here, I think. Our mercenary needs a little more survivability in the way of fire res. That's his big issue right now. Thanks, Nucola.
Video on what you'd like to see next content-wise?
Maybe. Well, if I know some things that are coming, then, you know. But I don't know all things, but... Okay. Keep going, Goaty. I mean, I don't know, you know, it's... But if there is something I know... Nobody knows. We're all just in the dark here. Gem shrine. I guess we'll go for a diamond. Oh wait, there was a ruby in there. Didn't even see it. Didn't even see the flawed ruby.
Stay a while and listen.
We'll grab the ring and 25 light res. I am happy to take. We'll sell you. We'll sell you. 6 to life we'll keep. Any life resistances, keeping those. Even some manas. We'll turn in the Gade figurine. Abyss is pretty good at high level. I feel like on the playthrough it was like S tier, and then on like P8 high level it was like a good A tier. Okay, so let's take the Grimoire. And let's see what we get.
Oh, hi there.
We get a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, not a lot for us. 2 to Flame Wave. That would have been really nice. Decent resistances and 1 to summon Defiler, which is cool, but just not quite enough for us there. Unfortunate.
Hello again, Al.
Ladder starts 20th NA, 21st Europe and Asia. I feel like the AI is pretty decent for the summons here. We found more highlands than books. What? I've already found like 4 books this run. He's got to know the names of all the books. The Codex, the Compendium, the Grimoire, the Tome, the Old Book. Burnt text, lexicon. Sure. Update necro summons with this AI? Yeah. The Reader's Digest. Yep, this is the worst level 3 map. So long. Sure.
Good day.
And nice and easy. We keep moving. Oh, wait, I forgot. We had hit level 24. We could just teleport it over. Rip. And that's why you have teleport. Now, you know what you also can do for re-rolling? There's another recipe. 2 skulls, a shield, and a spiked club. Rerolls the shield. And we got 2 to Blood Boil, 2 to Miasma Chain, 3 to Summon Tainted. That is a god tier Summon Tainted. It's not a new recipe, it's an old recipe. Like, that's the Blood Boil. That is literally the perfect Blood Boil right there. Tainteds and Blood Boil. That's what you need. God, that's so good. That's upsetting. Why are we doing the not Blood Boil build? Ugh. Always how it goes. It's okay. Nobody's used that recipe. It's the recipe of Thorn. So it re-rolls a magic shield into a Thorn shield. And adds some damage. Attacker takes damage. But of course, if you re-roll Necro Heads or these books, then anything that can roll skills can re-roll. That's wild. 2 to Blood Boil, 3 to Tainted. 2 of any skull plus a spiked club. Pendium. 3 to blood boil. Alright, screw it. 3 to blood boil. We're gonna use. You can level a lot on Serena as well right there. She is another great spot for that, just as a heads up. Alright, we have our Goatman maxed out at 20, which means we can now start pumping Demonic Mastery. We'll take like extra stats, turn the book in. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, so the chest is right there. So I don't even need to touch that chest. I can just look at it and know. So we'll just go around this way. And there's our sewers. Goatman's the only friend you have? Yeah, but he's like a really good friend. All you need is a couple really good friends. And then Azrael's also here.
I need a key.
You've got a 28k cleave? What? What are you using? Goatman is the goat. He's my goat. He'll always be my goat. We're still on Players 1 and heading into the Travancore. We probably want to stick on Players 1. We're also level 25, which is the level that we need to be by the end of Act 4, basically. The start of Act 5, you want to be level 25. So we're already good on our levels. Now we're just kind of gaining a little extra.
Moo.
Lyrus, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Not currently, Gabe. Maybe one day in the future. Wow. From what? Thank you. Also, your mercenary is probably going to die. No. The person who's playing. Ooh, a Bardiche. Can give that over to our mercenary. Good enough. You don't need to kill all of those guys unless you are online and playing with other people and want them to also get bonuses of being able to come in through the town portal that you set. Otherwise, you're good to go. But hey, we found a new weapon for our mercenary. That's nice.
Moo.
I made a terrible discovery. You can give the Act 2 merc a javelin.
I'll put that to good use.
That doesn't sound right. Wait, yes it does. He can use javelins. I've done that before. It's kind of weird though, right?
I can't.
So at this point, we'll re-equip our weapon. Our main goal is to just kind of move forward. Basically, once you get past this bit of Act 3, Act 4 doesn't really have a lot of experience. I mean, it does, but it's like
I
very
know you
tanky.
have gotten a lot of undue flack. Sorry for that, but do you think there is room for late game high cost items to still have their place?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think there's room for lots of things. Fire would be pretty decent then. Cool. So we will right now just focus on getting to pretty much to Act 5 where we can do some leveling. And then kind of like Act 5 and Act 1 Nightmare is where a lot of the good leveling is going to come in. And that's going to be kind of our big focus. That's where we can get into that 30 plus range. And hopefully end Act 1 Nightmare at like level 35, 36, something like that. And that would just be good, you know? Then we're into the Bound Soul, Bound Demon, and whatever other pieces. That is also a pretty nice armor. We will at the very least give it to our mercenary to use, but we could consider even using that if we want.
I'll put that to good
Debatable.
use.
Those are decent boots. A little more strength for that. And we can... That's fine. Go ahead and head to Act 4. Congratulations! You have just beat Act 3 of normal with your demon. Give yourselves a clap, everybody.
What do you need?
Another beautiful ring as well. 25 light res and then 27 fire res over here. Very happy about that. Again, we'll hold on to these boots until we get enough strength for them. If you do not have like a cool weapon that you found, or if you just want to get a bigger weapon, you can always just go here and you can buy a pike. Pikes tend to be pretty solid, just tons of damage on them. So it's one of my preferred weapons from Act 4 right there. Once you kind of get this point, it's a good damage boost for your mercenary. But my guy's got his Demox Hue now, so that's pretty close to a pike. Has nice attack speed on it and stuff. So I'm going to stick P1 for Act 4. Again, Act 4 is like, unless you have just a big, tanky, like heavy damage build, everything kind of tanks up too much. And the amount of time you spend trying to kill stuff versus your damage is just like, ugh. Better to generally just wait until later. Cannot bind heralds. So we'll keep running, and we're going to go ahead and look for Isual out here. Let's see what we can get. Better to get to Eldritch and farm? Exactly. It's better to get to Act 5 and farm Act 5 than to try and waste time farming here. Are you doing a single player playthrough of the Warlock? We can part it out as well if we'd like. Normal Nightmare Hell. Visual, where are you? There he is. The last place I look. Mercenary's got to make sure we kill all those corpses. All those souls. Blood Boil does have physical damage as well. It's half physical, half fire, so yes, it could damage there as well. Dang. Okay, 2 more skills. It's 2 more demonic masteries. 5 skills away from that, assuming we're not, I mean, we do have 5 more skills till we could get a bound demon as well, so tough picks.
Moo.
Ooh, I like that duck season. Can I like gear up for it? Thanks, veteran. And do I get to use a bound demon as well? Or is it only goats? Give me the rules. Self-found goat only. That's sounding harder now. Can I use other gear from my other self-found characters prior? Or are you making me take this character and farm it all up and do all this stuff? Because that's getting a lot. Now the goats do have Crushing Blow, which is nice. Without open wounds, though, I don't think it'd be possible. You'll need some form of open wounds. Or poison or something, right? Like, I have to be able to stop the regen. Get an elite goat to bind. I get to use strangling gas potions to poison the Ubers. Well, the problem is Uber Mephisto is immune to poison. So I literally need open wounds there. Also, yeah, could I bind a Goatman from somewhere? Because that is a Goatman, technically. Okay, so we'll make our way into the chaos again. Main idea here is just get forward. I mean, the thing is, I don't think even with the bound goat we can do it. Because there's still no way to stop the regen. Right. Sounds fun, but I would need to be able to gear up for it. Otherwise, that's a lot of effort for something I feel is not possible. 100% crushing blow good? Yeah, I mean, it means you're always going to hit for crushing blow, which is nice. What up, Nadine? Prevent monster heal doesn't work on Ubers. Oh god. They jumped me. I can make Malice? Yeah, but then I have to physically be able to hit the Ubers over and over again with my 0 attack rating. Go, go, go. Oh, I'm so excited for my second goat. Oh yeah, the Echoing Strike build is, again, it's bugged right now, so it's too good. I'm not even using it anymore. No reason to keep propping myself up with it, only for it to just go away. Even though it's like the build is still fun, even if it be, you know, fixed down in its damage. Take out number 2.
GG Llama, keep up the good work.
Thanks to Clinton.
I can't use this yet.
Well, that is a lot of dudes. Gotta make sure you focus down the main man. Let's go ahead and pick up our mercenary, and hopefully he doesn't just get immediately popped. We'll see what happens.
What do you need?
he gets immediately buffed.
Not enough mana.
Go, go, go.
Not enough mana.
Definitely a little bit of the harder fight. There you go, baby. Build that frenzy up. Build that frenzy up. Shoot. Yep, that'll hurt.
Not enough mana.
Dude, that phrase that he has is so brutal. Get him. Get him. Goatman too legit to quit. Too legit. Too legit to quit.
Not enough mana.
Seriously, when he freezes him, he just freezes him. Oh my god. Go, go, go. Oh, shoot. Stop doing that to Goatman. Do we have a mana potion somewhere? Get him, Goat. Get him. I'll take this into my own hands. Okay, never mind.
Greetings.
We'll let Goat finish him off. Thanks, Goat. Good job, buddy. Alright, we got a tome. First try. Let's go. Act 4. Done. Nice and easy. Okay. 19 life, 15 light res with 1 mana per kill. I just don't think it's quite there. I like what I have. Okay, let's keep going. Tons of them, Kilo.
This is all hell. Let us begin.
So we're just going to rush up to Eldritch. That's really going to be our main spot right now, where we're going to try and pick up a few levels. You don't have to level there. Again, if you are not level 25 yet, you actually need to go back to the Flare Jungle, back to Serena, Act 3, and level. Because you will not be able to get any more experience once you get past the Bloody Foothills here. Just a weird way that the game functions. But if you're level 25, you can, of course, always move forward. However, know that Ancients is always one free level up to a certain point. You know, it's a level, or if you need less than or more than 1.4 million experience, then it's 1.4 million experience. So it does like cap at a level. But I can level 26, 27, 28, 29, and then get a free level from 29 to 30, or a free level from 25 to 26. Well, 29 to 30 is just going to take longer, so in a way it kind of makes sense, right? To just level up a little bit prior, be a little stronger, and then get a little bit more value there anyways. So, just something to think about. 96 Squirrel, thank you very much.
A demonic slave master herding demonic slaves.
So, yeah. Here is where we can spend that time leveling. And this is players 1 right now. We can go ahead and try out players 3, see how that goes, and work our way up to see if like we can do players 8, how long it takes, what it feels like. But let's try players 3 a little bit first. Oh, we're having a great time. Blood boiling with it. Some popping. Pretty decent. Let's see what a player's 8 looks like. It'll definitely take a little bit longer, but you just have to obviously look at your experience bar and see how much value you're gaining there. 3 to mana, sure. Still 1 goat. Still 1 goat. We're working up on the goats. We also can use these boots now because we gained a little extra. So 21 cold res, 12 light res. That's pretty good damage still. Mercenary unfortunately did go down. But the damage is not too bad. I want to get my mercenary back. How do we beat Duriel? Duriel actually was pretty fast, I'd say. It definitely helps if you could split them off a little bit on this as well. Thanks, D2 forever.
D2 forever.
Clinton, I mean. GG. I agree. So again, summoner builds, these sorts of builds are going to be a little bit slower. That's just kind of how they naturally are. So, yeah, a fire or magic build out here would crush immediately, but you also don't even need to stop and level with those because you can just go forward and everything just blows up anyways, right? But for here, that was about half a level, slightly under. for not too long.
Hello.
And this is also a good place to pick up some gold. This is normal, yes. Second boss group there as well. Focus him down with our death mark. There we go. And this is also where having the mercenary helps a lot. Wow, what a nice Grand Charm. This doesn't matter whatsoever, but 15 to life, 27 fire res, we will happily take that all the way through hell. So if you can get an even better weapon for your mercenary, then it's even better. Go ahead and put that on our mercenary, increases attack rating.
Moo.
I'll call that good enough. Thanks, Rento.
Salutations.
You're an even afternoon.
What costs 44 grand? Wow, 23,000 for the book? That's wild. And 21,000 for that book? Okay, those costs are too high. Those are not right. I need to make a note of that. Book repair cost too high. Oops, we lost that diamond. Probably hard for a blacksmith to fix a book. I mean, that does make sense. It's kind of a lot of stuff up there, so I'm going to go ahead and try and drag some of that away. So we can fight a little bit less. Yeah, just like too many crushing beasts and things. We'll reset it. Ooh, a 2-open socket poleaxe.
Afternoon.
So we could make like a am tier in there if we had an am rune. And that'd be really nice for a strength for the mercenary.
Can I help you?
Okay, better. upgrade my internet. Oh boy. Oh, is it just my shaking? 'Cause I do that. Yes. Alright, we're actually 27. I feel pretty good. I thought it was 26. I feel pretty good to move forward. I'll go ahead and just kill these guys and then continue on. Drop down to players 1. I'm using lethargy. We have one in Rancor, but I feel like lethargy is just better. So we'll go ahead and save the barbs. That gets us Ral or Tal, which is really nice. And I would love in Nightmare to get Tal, Thol, or Am, which has Tal and Ort in it, which is nice. Additionally, if we want, we could make a Ancient's Pledge Shield, which is Ral or Tal. We get the Ral or Tal runwords from saving the barbs. So that is a possibility. However, we wouldn't, you know. I guess I'm not making a spirit book, so. But if we do make that, then we'd lose a book where we could have, you know, plus to summon Goatman or something. So I could get Shale S, and if I did that, I could unsocket this or get a different 2-socket book. Any book will get 2 sockets at this point that I find, if it's white. So I could just get that, because they're 2 sockets max, and then I could put Shale and S into it and get a rhyme, which is cannot be frozen. 25, all res, and 30% magic fight or 25% magic fight? One of the two. So ooh, hello. And those are great boots. As much as I love all the res we get from these boots, we can still sell them. 20 faster run walk plus 25 fire res. Just so nice. I just want that fast run walk. How do I see what the overlay being similar to the ground? What? I don't understand the question. Blood Boil does not stack, no. Every minion does explode around itself, but it doesn't stack on top of each other, so. Oh, the map overlay. I've played like this since I was 10 years old. It's kind of like, you know when Neo just like sees the Matrix and sees the code and knows... Similar idea. I don't actually like look at the game when I play. I just kind of see the code in a way. Yo,
Love your
Clinton.
commitment to keep this game wonderful and fun. Cheers to many more to come.
Cheers for the 50. Good lord. You are sellouts. Wait, what? This is being a sellout? I don't understand what sellout means anymore, I guess. Yeah, Clinton's been crazy supportive. Like, sellout is like me running ads on the channel. Yeah. I'm slightly selling out while we have big viewership to help pay my girls' college, or at least, you know, their healthcare bill for this month. But like, working alongside the devs, like volunteering with the devs to give them thoughts to help improve the game that I love, is being a sellout. If I was like, hey, let's play Diablo Immortal, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe I don't know what the term sellout means anymore. Okay, we need to get our mercenary for sure. We'll go ahead and do Hal Tusk and put it on our mercenary, I suppose.
I can't use that yet.
Oh, level 25 required. You're not level 25 yet, bruh? Yeah, I feel like if I show up with a underdog sponsorship, then it's like, oh, okay. Now you've sold out. Ah, did he die? Son of a gun. Alright, well, we got our resistances by saving Anya. Always really nice. 10 all res for doing so. We got our runes for saving the barbs. Oh no, oops. Or Raltal. Sorry. I'm used to doing it that way. Yeah, so I mean, pure physical, I think this is the way to go. 100%. Like, physical demon. Start maxing Goatman. Get a point into lethargy. You don't need Rancor. Death Sigil would actually be interesting. I wonder how Death would do actually in this build. That would be one that I would be curious on. There you go, right now. And then we're going to start maxing Demonic Mastery. Getting one down into Bind Demon also does sound fun. At this point, I feel like we could also do a respec slightly when we hit 30 if we want, just to like force the Bind Demon. TBD. Yeah, I think Lethargy is better for bosses, but Death Sigil, I'm like, would that be better actually for farming Like if I get one down low enough and it explodes, does it do enough damage to actually kind of start, you know, slightly a chain reaction in a way? Or is it just not enough? Would there be any point in playing anything other than 99 for racing? I imagine Lock and Slow Ridge is just... I mean... Paladin, Sorceress are both going to be God tier as well for the 99 race. And I could say that like a Nova Source is still probably faster.
What an austere scene.
Alright, Ancients time. Let's see how it goes. So we're actually going to... It looks like we want a little bit of help for the Ancients. And by that I mean we need a few more potions. And then we're going to do a little tricky trick, essentially, over here. So something that you can do is you can go right here. Oh, son of a gun. Oh, he's going to ruin it. Yeah. Alright. Just going to be a goat time. We'll put the goat on Maddock first, because Maddock can cast a,
I think
annoyance.
this expansion is fantastic. It's been so fun to be this excited again after 25 years on the game. Appreciate the thought you and the team put into it. Also
Yeah.
glad you kept it a secret. Love the surprise.
So he has a shout that'll give a lot of defense, which will just be really powerful. So we just want to avoid that, basically. Thank you so much, Evan. That's very kind. But it looks like our goat actually is just pretty strong. So we don't even need to do any tricks. Can't use potions on your demons. I was using that for my mercenary, but... I don't know.
Llama, how many subs to you to put a bug in the dev's ear for Javelin rune words so we have options instead of Thunderstroke and Titans, please?
Socketed javelins. I mean, now you're just going to have a socket in Titans and T-strokes. I don't feel like it would be worth it. Like, I feel like save your money. I just don't feel like they're going to go for that one. And another level up. And, you know, we'll work down towards the Bind Demon. We'll work down towards it. Thank you, Josh. Socket on ring Ami. I just feel like adding sockets on like gloves, rings, Amis things that don't have them right now is like too much, you know? I do feel like there could be some fun throwable runewords, so I do. Okay, if you want to grab the waypoint, you totally can. On level 2, it can be very useful to just like farm again, right? A lot of people like doing Baal runs. I think just doing Eldritch runs or doing like Stony Field, Rakinishu runs and Nightmare are going to be totally fine. But that's kind of up to you and what you want to do. So, you know, do as you wish. Don't always just listen to everything that I say. Enjoy the game the way you want to enjoy the game. Or if your OCD requires it.
Okay, what about getting 08 Falcon Vamp Gaze back lol?
20.
I can't.
20 and I'll try. Well, Bug Tal is bug. That's not coming back. 08 Valor, Grandfather, Gaze, Falcon. I think Shaco is a no. 40% increased max life is a little high. Valkwing is strong, but it's just 30, 30, 30, 30. $75, $125, yeah. So one fun little hack for you is if you stand up here, Baal will decrepify you, and he won't decrepify your mercenary or your summon there. So it's a nice little sneak way to keep the decrepify off of them. Basically, Baal is going to decrepify whatever is closest to the Worldstone chamber there. So, if you just stay closer, then he goes for you. Your mercenary will also probably die in wave 3 because, well, wave 3 is just Hydras, and Hydras absolutely destroy mercenaries and summons, so just expect that. Josh with 10. GG.
Who is this big llama? Started
So
all
much.
this drama. It's me, bitch.
Sling ring should have been 1 telekinesis. I mean, I kind of like 1 to town portal for when I'm rushing. GG, Josh West. Thank you so much, man. When I'm just like doing rushes, that's so nice. Oh, man. Go, go, buddy. Level 29. Ah, Lister bound demon would have been really nice. Goatman's doing great. Like, honestly, this has gone pretty fast.
Any word on how the new expansion's doing?
I do not know. I'm hoping it's doing well. It seems like people are enjoying it a lot. The Steam player base is good, which is a good note, you know? But that's such a small piece of the pie. So many people are on Blizzard instead. That, like... I just don't know. Now, Wave 5 is going to be atrocious to fight. So much to the point that it could just be worth it. I mean, we're going to get out of the range here. It's probably worth it to just skip the wave. Now, how do you skip the wave? Well, you let your things die. You drag these puppies out. We could also, I suppose, use our other sigil and let them just like all attack each other potentially, but... And then you go back in. Easy as that. Binding Lister would also be nice, but we're not quite a high enough level to bind Lister. Just ever so short.
Morning.
There's one. Dang, that crushing blow hit. Wow. It's a useful skip tip to know. And Lethargy here should do enough to prevent Baal from doing a lot of his attacks. So it looks like he can't teleport, and it looks like he cannot cast his Cold Nova effectively to actually hit. And he can do his mana burn still. He can't do his fire. When Baal gets slowed down so much, his animations just get lost, essentially. He can't do things. So that one still works. Slow cheese on Baal. Decrepify is great for it. Slow's target is good for it. And now Lethargy Sigil is good for it. Does C2 have a bright future? I like to think so. dark. This is minus 50% for slow attack speed. Yep, they stack. Sigil and Curse. Reads up tonight. Level 29, and we are done with normal. Just like that. Easy clap. Demon has defeated it. We picked up Horizon's Hold as well. Not really for us, but it does have 30 to life, which is better than what we have. So we can hold them right now. Other pieces are pretty lame. That's part of the new Warlock set. So we found 2 new set pieces here. And we can go there, go there. Baal is level 60, so he can drop a lot of things. We can quit. We can go back in. We can go talk to Anya and get our book from her, see if she wants to give us some more plus skill stuff. It doesn't look like it really. Unfortunate. But she will open up to Nilithok's temple.
This is a dismal place to abscond.
And we can go in here and fight a little bit as well. So at this point we can continue farming Eldritch if we wanted for a little bit more experience there. Try 1 player's 8 Eldritch, see how it goes. But we can also, of course, work forward into Nightmare, or we can do some Terror Zones. And you know what? I actually think Terror Zone is where I want to go. Terror Zones are one of the best places that you can really level these slower, medium, level classes. If I'm, again, a magic warlock or something, I can just go to Nightmare and everything will just destroy everything and it's all dandy and blah, 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 blah. But when I am a demon warlock, a summon necro, a double swing barbarian, etc., it's actually pretty helpful to have these terror zones in normal and in Nightmare. So you can kind of go back and still have a good place to get experience without it being quite as difficult. So we will we'll pick up this experience here really fast. And then we'll head over. Good enough for me. Okay, let's do it. Why are you guys ticketing? So, just like we farmed Tristram before, we can farm Tristram again. I do wish I could lay multiple sigils down. That's the one thing. And there's a lot of good experience to be had here, nice and easily. So we will be one short because we kind of decided to go both ways. I actually think it would have been smarter to get the demonic mastery. I think that's what I should have done. And then I could have had 2 demons to go after the bound demon. But I changed my mind halfway through and it was a poor choice. But it's where we are. So it's what we're going to have to deal with. Yeah, this is nice and easy experience here. I mean, again, the early, like, terror zones here are just fantastic.
I can't use this yet.
Now we're 1 point away from it here as well. So sad. There we go, nice and easy. I would love if we could pick up a nice rune here. Kind of tedious. I mean, this is very middle of the road for D2. There are a lot of slower builds than this. For a summoner, this is a pretty decent speed. And there's a lot of faster builds as well. And we're kind of we're right before the hump, you know, which is how I feel like a lot of my life has been. Just before. We're right before, like, we take off with it.
I can't use this yet.
So, by that I mean, we almost have a bound demon. We almost have demonic mastery level 10. And the 2 of those things are just, like, so crucial, you know, together. Like, if we can just get both of those things, it'll be really nice. So there's level 30. I think I'm going to use my respec.
Good day.
I don't want to wait another level. So we're going to go down to the bound demon here. I'm going to get my 1 point in lethargy. I don't care about the other sigils, so I'm taking that point out of rancor. Nothing I care about over here. I'll get the 1 point to blood oath. I'm going to go my 10 to demonic mastery. And the rest into Goatman. Then I'm going to go up to 48 for a broadsword. I'm hoping I get a broadsword or a crystal sword here that I can then take to get 4 sockets. And the rest into vitality. And we will go get our goat. And get Mr. Hephaesto himself. There we go. And 1, he drops the hammer for us, which is really nice. But 2, we now have Hephaesto. Unfortunately, this one is Holy Shock, so it's not Fanaticism or Might, which would have been really nice, but that's still okay. See what all we did roll with. Okay, just the basic. Oh, I'm players 8. No wonder. I was like, man, why are these guys doing so much out here? Alright, let's pause it. Did not get an Amaroon, that's okay. We can now go forward to Nightmare. And we will finish off the normal with our review of the gear. We have a 2 Demonic Mastery dagger right here. Nothing in our helm, but this is open for Ort Soul to get lore a little bit later. If I want, I could put like Rao runes, or Ort runes, Thol runes, perfect gems, you know, rubies and stuff in here. But I'm just saving at this point for lore. 10 FCR, 4 all res, 1 to Goatman, and then 3 to Lev Mastery, but whatever. And then diamonds that I shoved in there. Bane's Wraith Skin. Stealth is probably better here, but I didn't get stealth, and this is what we got instead. 5 cold res, 25 light res, 10 to life, nothing on the belt, 27 fire res, and 25 fire res with this. And then some charms that are just lifers and resistance charms that we found. So nothing too crazy. For the finds, I feel like it's a pretty, you know, mediocre set of finds for everything. But still decent enough. And again, the power really is coming from, you know, having our summons and mercenary and all those pieces instead. So that's kind of where our focus is. So that's all we got for part normal. See you guys in part nightmare.